Okay, my lovelies, have a few moments to just settle yourself, get the things you need around you. Just a couple of blocks today. We will do heart bench, but other than that, really only other things that you want yourself for any of the poses. So just take a few deep breaths. And however the last few days or your weekend has been, nice long weekend, we can just arrive in this space and quieten our mind a little. Just focus on your breath for maybe the next 3 or 4 breaths. Follow the inhale, exhale, relaxing each time. And whatever mood you've woken up in, this is a chance to shift that around if it isn't as positive as you want it to, and just decide how you want to feel and how you want your day to pan out. Set that intention, because so many times when we do this, it often transpires because we've put that thought out there, that energy. Looking for things that are harmonious, beautiful, that uplift you. Law of attraction often brings it in. So have a moment also to ground yourself into Mother Earth. Scan through your chakras if you wish, from head to toe. And then those of you lying down, just hug the knees in. If you're already seated, we're going to come into Zazen as usual for a little bit of meditation, then that's fine. Just have a little moment just to sort of move the shoulders, head and neck. Even though we kind of make these movements in our day-to-day life, it's just lovely to do them with consciousness. So joining me seated. We'll do mindfulness of breath today, which is a lovely one to kind of keep our focus on something that we're doing. So we'll do it in the 4 parts like we often do, where we count the out breath to 10, we swap and count the in breath to 10, then we release all counting, and then that last stage where we become really quite aware of the breath, how it feels, the mechanics of the body moving around the nostrils and top of the lip and what have you. So just resting hands to Dhyana Mudra, however you're comfortable. Relax the eyelids. Just take a moment just to be conscious of everything softening through your face, neck and shoulders. And then we can begin. So counting the out breath up to 10. And then when you're at 10, count the in-breath. At the end of 10, in-breath, just release the counting. Staying conscious of your breath. Witness your thoughts that come through. And then really hone the awareness of how it feels to breathe. Notice where your mind is. Cultivate that witness. And then gently we'll blink our eyes open and come back. Taking a nice deep breath, noticing how you feel. I, on purpose, didn't want to talk too much through that, just the shift in the stages, because it's just so nice to allow you to have that space of quietness. Hopefully it's quiet around where you are, but I find that yoga teachers can talk too much sometimes. And it's just nice to allow that quiet and silence. So coming off cushions, if you're on them, pop them aside. Butterfly first. It was something I saw on one of these social media platforms. Someone had put a reel together of all the things that yoga teachers sort of say to fill the silence, especially in Hatha. Yin, I think we have a lot more of quietness during the time we're in the poses, which is lovely. So just when you're ready, soles of the feet together, and relaxing into this in whatever way feels right for you. And enjoying some of the silence that we have here. And you can return back to the mindfulness of breath practice, bring it into the pose. Keep relaxing where you still feel tense. And draw your consciousness to some lovely deep belly breaths. Relaxing head and neck. And just feeling whatever you feel, whether that's hips, back, neck and shoulders. Noticing if after sitting in this pose for a while you can lean into it a bit more maybe. How do you feel in this pose? What emotions come up? Especially if you can feel it around your hips, which are very linked with our emotions. So when you're ready, we'll just take a couple more breaths. Just have a few more moments of just really knowing and feeling whatever you're feeling. And then coming up to find neutral. Nice and slow. Enjoy whatever after effects you're starting to feel, even as you come out of the pose. Perhaps a nice relief in the hips. Lovely feeling as you extend the legs and the knees. Have a nice sigh, relax. And just take the time to soften the spine. It might take a while to just let everything melt a little bit. Deep breaths. help that softening. And again, even as you lie here, notice whether you're focused more on what you're feeling physically or what thoughts are meandering through your mind, whether you're in the present or the past. Just observation. And then gently we'll draw right knee in and left. Take a moment just to observe how it feels through your back. Little rock. Any new sensations that you're feeling? Anything that you've woken up with? Little twinges or messages that the body's giving you? I'm going to roll up and come into Swan this morning. So this is where you probably will want a little cushion. I always do. So drawing that right knee forward first, foot in front of your left thigh, left leg. And then always nice to support under the right buttock. The more you can pad yourself out, even if you want 2 cushions, the more your body doesn't have to engage muscles to support. So starting upright, if you're quite happy to, it's nice to do this because you get a little bit of a curve in the lower back without it being too intense. And take some nice breaths. You can start here to feel the tension that you might be holding in your buttock and your thigh on the right side. Allow the breath to be a nice, easy flow. And then whenever you're ready, come onto your elbows or all the way down, head down, whatever feels right. And I know that some of you, this doesn't work very well in this position. You might want to do reverse pigeon, reverse swan. And if at any time you need to come out, if it's aggravating knees or hips, please do. Just relax in neutral. You can maybe use a block for your head if you want to. And breathing easily. Notice if there's any tension in the abdominal muscles. Noticing the kind of the deep muscle ache that you might be feeling as you begin to relax. Are you enjoying the pose? What's coming out of it today? Physically, mentally, emotionally? Check in with whether you like it as well.
Relaxing hands and wrists, shoulders and neck. Just becoming aware of whether that deep stretch in the buttock and thigh is becoming a little bit easier now. The stretch has softened. And gently we'll take a breath. Coming up.
And coming out of this really slowly. Being careful as you sort of extend your knee out of the position it's been in. Have a moment to lie back. If you can feel some tingling on the top of your foot and sort of into the shin bone on the front of your leg, that's starting to stimulate your stomach channel. So just notice where you're feeling any sensation, chi moving. And a lot of them, that pose works with all meridians through the legs, so you might find that you feel cool sensation coming up to the tops of the legs, around the groin, the pelvis, maybe even coming across the torso. As you lie there, have that real kind of curiosity as to where you can follow the sensation of temperature change. Relaxing your back. And noticing any different sensations you feel through the body, from butterfly that we did earlier to that one side in swan. So just before we come up, I'm just going to show you the reverse swan, should you need to do it from one side to the other. I know some of you, one side's okay with that and the other isn't. So the other way is what we call kind of thread the needle, or this pose is an alternative. This is the reverse of that pose, where we just have one foot on the other knee and then bring that leg away from the mat. So just demonstrating, if it doesn't feel right to come into swan the usual way, then that's always an alternative. So let's bring our knees in, have a little moment to rock. Even as you lie here now, noticing the difference in how the legs feel with the left and the right. And then coming up, we'll find the other side. The left knee bends at the front and right leg extends behind. Again, use all the padding that you want. You might need something underneath your right knee at the back, unless you're on something quite soft, like carpet or blanket on top of your mat. So have a block hand if you want when you lower the head down, maybe. Upright swan. Just checking in with all the little bits of tension that we're holding through the lower back, buttocks and legs. Even what it feels like to rest on the hands and the wrists. Is there a tension through our back? Can we relax the middle to upper back a little? And if you close your eyes while you're here, just checking in with all the sensations. And then whenever you're ready, coming down. Either onto elbows, resting the head, or if you want to bring the arms forward and the head all the way down to the mat, whatever feels right for you in this moment. You might notice a real difference between one side and the other. Relax the belly. Let the breaths be nice and flowing. And trying to relax the shoulders and the neck as well. Notice if you keep pushing out your abdominal muscles. So notice your thoughts. Try and be the thinker of your thoughts, rather than the thought just taking you off automatically. I actually came across a word that describes the witnessing your thoughts. It's actually called metacognition. To be the witness of the thoughts and that observer of the thoughts going through your mind, you're noticing exactly what you're thinking. Let's just take a few more breaths. Noticing if one side felt like it went a lot quicker than the other. Sometimes you'll find that. And gently when you're ready. Nice and slowly as always, especially with this one, because you can really feel so much with every movement as we move the arms, lift the body. And gently swinging the legs round. Letting all the fluid through our body start to sort of flow more easily. Notice if you can feel your digestive system moving a little, that compression that we've been in. We'll be working digestive area. Certainly the liver, kidneys, stomach, spleen channels. Every time you breathe out, just try and relax your lower back a little bit more. Let the shoulders kind of curl a little bit and the chin tuck in. How do you feel? Are you feeling good? Do you feel connected on all levels of your being, the physical, the mental, the emotional, spiritual as well? And while we have these moments of quietness too, just observe the inspiration that comes into your mind. Those light bulb moments or bright ideas. So when you're ready, again, hug in and take a lovely long rock here. Checking in with how your hips feel, lower back. Bring the head up if you want to, just to stretch a bit more through the whole length of your back, tailbone to top of the head. And then the next pose is a heart bench, so a couple of blocks. I'm always going to offer you the alternative of bench. So if for whatever reason your back doesn't feel quite right for this pose, just get a cushion and lie back over that. But if you can come into heart bench, this is a lovely one. It really opens us through the chest and sorts out the back. Take your time, just finding where the perfect spot is for that block, sort of behind heart level on the spine. And then just resting the head on the top block. Sometimes you come into this pose, or sometimes I'll come into this pose and it's so uncomfortable and awkward. And then other times, for some strange reason, go into it really easily. But if you're in one of those fidgety moods this morning, then keep moving it until it feels right. Close your eyes. Tune into your breath. And if you can draw a beautiful, pure white light to your heart center. This is the colour of the heart chakra in the 5th dimension. Try and relax the neck. The chin may tuck in a little. As you gently breathe and you notice the soft movement of your belly and chest going up and down, just draw a lovely feeling of gratitude and appreciation to all parts of your body. but especially the mechanics of the breath and heart. As you lie there, notice your thoughts. Who's in your thoughts? Whether you were in the past or the future, or just in the present with the idea of somebody. And then when you're ready, take a lovely breath and supporting your body, lifting up slowly. Just moving blocks away, coming down. And as you lie here, noticing heart center, that heart chakra, again, try and visualize a beautiful, bright, pure white light in the center of your chest. Like the sun, but just pure white. And we can take this moment as we just sort of lie here and breathe to expand that lovely, beautiful light in your chest. Just gets bigger with every breath until it kind of goes beyond the edges of your body. In your mind's eye, you can start visualizing that the bright white light is expanding beyond your body line, 2-3 foot. Expand it even more so that it extends 6 foot beyond your body. And that you're kind of encompassed within this beautiful orb of pure white light. And there's absolutely no reason why you can't extend that light infinitely outwards. You can think of it as a lovely way of extending love to all your loved ones, friends and loved ones. Extend that lovely ball of light outwards infinitely all across the world, and wherever they are, they'll sort of be in that loving energy that you're radiating out. Even if they're the other side of the world, just sort of tuck them into your orb of loving energy. Just a lovely little visualization. Let's draw our knees in. We're going to come into banana. So just have a hug and a nice rock. Ease out anything that you felt through the back after heart bench. And then bringing legs back down to the mat. We'll take our feet and shoulders towards the right first. So feet over right, and then right foot just crosses over the left ankle. And then shuffle the shoulders to the top right. Just adjust your buttocks just so that you sort of feel more comfortable here. And then relax. If you want to take arms above, you can do, or into cactus. I'm just going to keep my arms at my side today. And just enjoy purely the stretch that we get through the left side of our body, especially around the waist, over the hip. Great for your gallbladder. Try and relax your toes and ankles. And notice if your lower back has a little bit of tension in it still in the sides of your waist. Let your chin tilt inwards. Relax the neck. And a lovely pose just to rest in, relax in, tune to your breath. Just keep rotating your awareness around the body. Toes and ankles, buttocks and waist, lower back, neck. Gently, let's find our way back to neutral. Just moving those few inches top and bottom. Let the spine just reset for a few moments. Really noticing that lovely stretch that we've had through the left side, Pingala, feminine side of us. Just noticing the difference, left and right. Just follow any coolness, maybe around, I don't know, the inside of the legs, knees. Check in what you're feeling. And then if you want to bring your knees in just for a little hug before we come to the other side, please do. Sometimes it is just nice to sort of massage the spine for a few moments. And then coming into the other side with a nice fresh feeling. So feet lower left and left foot over the right. And then just shoulders up to top left. Deep breath. And sigh it out. Relax the buttocks. Releasing any tension in your waist. As you lie there, witnessing your thoughts. Be the thinker of the thoughts rather than the thoughts thinking you. And then often I find that when we do that, we kind of fall into that very momentary gap between the thoughts. We're thinking that we're thinking. Following your breath into probably more the right side of your body. Come back to your thoughts, what you're feeling. And let's just take 2 more conscious breaths together and we'll come out. As you breathe, probably not really feeling much movement in the left side of your body, it's all the right side. Gently, when you're ready, just shifting slowly back to neutral spine. Have a few moments, just let everything settle, feel whatever you feel. Let the balance kind of come back. It's a lovely pose, that one, because it really does encourage the energy that flows through Ida, the feminine side, the left side, and Pingala, the right side of our body, the masculine, to flow evenly in the channels and encourage a lovely balance through the central energetic channel, Sushumna. A lot of what we do in yoga, whether it's hatha, yin, is definitely both sides. So encouraging that kind of feeling of overall balance in ourselves. So hug in. And just decide whether you want to lie down or sit for relaxation. Take a few moments here, there's no rush, just bring the head up, lovely rock here. Feeling good. And even though we're nearly in June, you might still want a little blanket across you. It's quite cool today. taking a card just to see what wisdom we're given. I've not had this one before. It might resonate with some of you, who knows? It's Angel Daniel. And this is linked with marriage. I'm intrigued. Okay, so it'd be interesting if any of this resonates when I speak to you later. I am the angel of marriage, and I am assisting you right now. You have called upon God to help you in the area of marriage, and He sent me to your side. I am here to help you with a fulfilling marriage. God and I desire to answer your prayer without delay. The first area that I am helping you with is healing any past wounds related to marriage. In quiet moments, I ask that you are willing to release to me any pain associated with your parents. I ask that you breathe out any negative feelings that you may have about marriage that stems from your childhood experiences. Next, I put my hand upon your heart and ask that you breathe in and out deeply. I now ask that you be willing to release old pain or anger towards your first love. As you release these toxins from your heart, I next ask you to exhale old pain toward all of your past lovers. Allow me to clear your heart of old wounds so that you can enjoy a happy marriage rooted in the present. We must release the past to avoid replicating old painful experiences. I am here to free your heart so that it can be fully love with a blissful marriage. Interesting one. I first thought that would actually be linked to people getting married. So I leave that with you. Just have a few moments as we relax. Notice if anything stirs in your consciousness that maybe you'd like to release and let go. So just gently, wherever your mind did drift off to after that little card, just bringing yourself back. And I always think that anyone that comes into our life has always had some place in it for us to learn something, experience something. So it's all in divine order somewhere along the line, whether we liked it or not. So if you're lying down, just have a few moments to wriggle fingers and toes. Stretch and hug in. And then coming up to seated. Take your time. And then when ready, just bringing hands together. Om Shanti.
Namaste.